with a Gundog. So we'll move on to the breeds that are peculiar, more prevalent in your country, in Pakistan. And the breed that probably is identified most in the Gundog world in Pakistan is the Labrador Retriever, I would think. And he is the actual purists of Labrador Retrievers would say there are 3 important points of Golden Retriever: the head, the coat, and the tail. Sorry, the Labrador Retriever. I don't know where I got the Golden Retriever from. It's my age, I'm getting old. Sorry, folks. So the Labrador Retriever is identified by purists by his head, his coat, and his tail. Obviously, he needs to have good construction. So it's not all about that. So, you know, just be careful on that one. The head, it should have a broad, flat skull that's containing brain room. His eye is dark and well-fitting. It's not bulbous. It's not small and piercing. It's a gentle, easy, friendly expression. He is your willing servant. He wants to serve you. And therefore, his expression should be, I'm here for you. What would you like me to do? So he's got a nice, well-fitting eye with good... I mean, every dog should have an eye that is fitting, that is not going to pop out, even if it's a French Bulldog or a Pug. They shouldn't be so protruding that they would pop out. But obviously something like a Labrador has a more well-set eye, more deep set eye, but not so deep that it becomes lost and piercing. He needs to be able to see what's going on. He needs to be able to say the game is supposed to retrieve. So it's well-fitting. He has good pigmentation around it, whatever of the 3 colours he is. And each should be the same construction and the same shape and should have the same qualities. So colour is not really going to be an issue in something like a Labrador. One would hope, although people do have personal preferences. So his general appearance is a strongly built dog. He's short-coupled. He's cobby. He's very short-coupled, very active, broad in skull, and I'm trying to read what you're reading. And then deep through the chest and the ribs, obviously. And he's broad and strong with the line hindquarters, which we've actually said. So he's good-tempered, and he's an agile dog. He's agile in the fact that he can perform for a long time. He can carry you a lot of game home so that you get a good larder. He's strong, he's powerful, and he's meant to go out there and bring you back whatever you want. So if he's a pet dog in a house, he's probably going to be out there carrying his slipper around all day because that's his job to do. So why would he not? He is very biddable and he wants to please you, and so he will bring you slippers and things all over the place. So that's fine. So yeah, that's your Labrador. His head is, as we say, it's quite broad. His eyes are well fitting. He has got cheeks, but they're not so full that they make him thick and unbalanced. He's got a strong jaw with a complete scissor bite. Okay, now should he have a complete scissor bite? He should ideally, but he doesn't walk on his teeth. And if he's got one tooth missing, in Britain, it wouldn't be the end of the world. There are more important features, and you have to take each feature individually to say which is going to be the correct, which is going to cause him the most stress or damage or whatever. So one missing tooth is not going to change the world for this dog. And years ago, they were classed as having a level bite. So sometimes if the bite is very close, as long as it's not a right twisted jaw, you know, just take it into consideration and see how you feel this is going to affect you as a judge, how you feel at the importance. It's up to you. His coat should be this strong double coat. He's supposed to be able to go into the icy waters in Labrador. In Canada, it's very cold and he needs this double coat to protect him. The tail is his, as I said before, a rudder. So one would get hold of the tail and make sure the set onto the body is strong and firm, and it finds down just like a rudder would, so he can, in the water, he can perform very, very carefully. He's asked to have barrel ribs. However, if you look at a dog that's got really barrel ribs, you're looking at more of a bull breed. because if you think about a bull breed, he has a leg at each corner, and his front legs and his elbows are not going to be tucked in neatly as they would be with a Gundog, because he's designed to get hold of that bull's nose and hang on, and so he needs to put his legs down in front and stay there. So that's not what you want with a Labrador. You want width, you want the ribs to be really well sprung. And the word barrel for me is a little bit misleading, because you do want the elbows to tuck in nicely. And if it was a complete barrel, they wouldn't tuck in as nicely. If you're looking at a bull breed, you would see what I mean if you're talking about a Staffordshire Bull Terrier. His elbows are never going to be as neat as a Labrador's. So whilst it's an important point, they has those big ribs, and the standard does say barrel. We don't quite mean exactly what you would mean in another breed. The brown markings on their elbows will probably come from being in a kennel where they're laying down and they're rubbing their elbows on the floor, as opposed to sitting on a cushion or a vet bed or the sofa in your house. It's not often. It could be that they've had dry skin, but it's probably something like being the result of being in the kennel.
We don't test the elbow.
Sorry.
We don't test them.
In this country, we hip score, obviously, Labradors, and we do test their elbows and everything else. So they are, and their eyes. So yeah, it's not something. I think when the hair's missing from the elbow and they've rubbed it, that's what we're thinking of there. So yeah. Okay, lovely. So now we'll move on to the pointer.